Hey guys, what is up? This is Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're gonna kind of switch gears here a little bit, and we're gonna talk merch. And today on this, I guess, live merch show, we are going to talk to Joe, who is a veteran. I would say you're a veteran in the merch game. Joe, do you want to explain to the audience and to the merch members here who you are and what you're about?
Yeah, my name is Joe Clay. I am currently run the Merch University group, and I also am a co-host with Chris and Margaret and Jeff on the Texas Gale Treasures YouTube page. And I've been on merch since probably about 1 year has passed. So about 1 year ago, I started merch. So
Yeah,
yep.
it's awesome. And you also are an owner or a moderator of a Facebook group. Could you talk about that a little bit, real quick?
Yeah, actually the first group I started. I'm part of the group called the Green Room. You might have heard of them. It's
Yes.
with the Bonafide Hustler, Rake and Profit, and the College Picker. And I'm a part of the Green Room. But when I first started merch, when I first heard about it, I used to talk with Glenn Zubia from Merch Minds, and me and him used to just talk about merch and stuff. And so I started a merch group for the Green Roomer. So I actually run that group. It's kind of off of the Green Room. Only Green Room members in there. There's only like 180 of us in there. And then I also am a moderator for the Merch Minds group, which is Glenn's group. So and then I started Merch University, probably
That's awesome,
Green
man.
Room Merch group.
That's really cool. Yeah, Green Room. I heard of Glenn. Like when I first started merch, I was watching like Margaret's channel. She was like the very first one that I heard about. And then when I started to dig into YouTube videos and stuff like that, I heard about Glenn and his incredible. Um, he does like a lot. He does a lot. He sells a lot of shirts and everything. So, well, I appreciate you taking time to come, and we'll do a quick video basically on the top five kind of newbies. Since you've been in this for a while and I'm still kind of new, I've been doing this for about 3 months. Maybe show or let us know basically 5 tips that you have that you've been doing this for a while. So I think you have a good handle on some of the things, and if you can explain that.
Yeah, I think the first thing that when trying to come up with ideas, what's been working for me is I've been looking at hobbies or looking at what people collect, and I've been really having a lot of success with that. So what I'll do is I'll just look up like hobbies on YouTube, on Google, or collectors, and I'll just look up all these websites and what people collect. And then and also, if you don't want to do that, another thing I've been doing is just even my own hobbies and everything that I'm into. I make jewelry. I'm a DJ. I don't know what else do I do. I do all kinds. I take photography. I do merch and stuff. I do a ton of things.
Yeah,
And so, what?
oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just say I knew that with like a lot of the people in the community, we all do like a million different things because I
Yeah,
think like the reselling community, the merch community, or the creative people to begin
yeah.
with. So our minds are totally just all in a million different places. So. What kind of tips do you have for the newbies that are just starting out? And a lot of people that are in my channel, they're new just like me, so this is going to help out a lot.
Here's the one tip. Okay, for example, my hobby, I also like to do video production and stuff. So I made a lot of shirts that just were all about filming. Real simple things, inside jokes that only like people who do video would know or understand, or just create any inside joke that I could that or would have to do about video production or camera stuff. I made shirts like that just because I know that industry, and I started selling shirts, no problem, just because people could relate to those jokes or relate to those inside jokes. So that was one thing. So I would say the one thing is maybe look at your own hobbies, because other people are going to have those hobbies too. So
So basically your first tip would be like kind of start to create stuff that you're familiar with.
stuff that you're familiar with. That's what I would say.
Gotcha. That is a good tip. For me, I'm into internet memes and stuff like that. So like I started to do all the kind of crazy memes, and it's been really good for me doing the memes and stuff like that. So I definitely hear you.
Yeah. Let's see here. The second thing I would do, well, after you come up with like a phrase or something, I would look that up on USPTO, to the trademark. So, I mean, there's been many times where I thought I've come up with my own original phrase. Come to look, then when I go to look it up, it's trademark. So I just kind of go through them. If I write down 10, if the first one I do is trademarked, I go to the next one, and I'll eventually find one that's not trademarked. I just keep changing them until I find something that's original that no one's
Yeah,
has
and that's a
used. So
great tip because a lot of new people don't realize they think they can just make a Batman logo and then sell it. And you got to realize that with merch, you have to abide by the rules. You can't use copyrighted slogans, logos, anything like that. So definitely make sure that you're not stepping on any toes because you could potentially get your account taken away for sure. So that is a good tip.
and then next, what I do is once I have my niche idea and I have kind of like my title, I will go just on Google and I'll type in video production or filming keywords, and it actually will take you to a site. It'll just take you to different sites, and it'll actually show you a bunch of keywords just on Google that relate to that niche. So, I mean, there's nothing you have to do, and then because sometimes when I'm writing like a video production, when I'm like, like a film student or whatever, there's and I might come up with my own keywords, but there when I look them up on Google, I'll see ones that I should have thought of, but I didn't, and I just use those too. So
That's good. That's good. So any other kind of tips relating to that you want to talk about?
relating to keywords or how?
Yeah, related to keywords.
Yeah, I also you got to be careful on keywords also as a newbie. You got to make sure, and you got to kind of got to look those up too. I know it's a process of looking up everything, but it's worth it for your account to keep your account secure because even keywords can be triggered and trademarked. So
Okay, that's a good tip. So any other tips too?
that's just okay. Yeah. Then the next one is design. I'm gonna design my shirt, and actually, I've been having a lot of luck with just as a beginner, just text-based designs. I'm not worried about graphics right now. I mean, as a newbie, I was worried about graphics, but now that I realize that you don't have to have graphics in your designs. They could just be text, which actually takes a lot of the weight off of you worrying about hiring a designer because anybody can make a text design mainly. So,
Right, right. That's a good tip.
and I also would, uh, want you guys to go and look up on just Google how to like graphic design, like steps for learning graphic design, and it'll actually teach you how to make the letters or the spacing of the letters and just like the beginner tips on how to like make just typography mainly.
I'm messing with the chat thing right now. It wasn't refreshing, and I was like wondering what was going on, and I think I screwed up the little chat thing because this is the first time I've ever had a guest, and we're new here. So there we go. I just refreshed the chat, and now we have Shirley Businessman here, and we also have Shanona. So yeah, now that man, this is funny. But anyways, I got it fixed now, Joe. So we're good. Was there anything else on that list, or?
Next, I would when we up. Okay, so we got our design, we got our film student design, just for example, and then we got our title, we got our keywords, and then now I would go to price. So price. Here's what I've been doing on price. I've been starting low, probably like 15.90, 13. Well, anywhere you want to go, 13 to 15.97. I would price it there, and then once I sell a couple shirts, I'll bump it up to 16.97, and then once I sell a couple more, I'll bump it up to 17.97. And usually my shirts just stay around 17.97. So
Now, for those not now, this is kind of a question for me too because I don't do this a lot. Could you change the price while after you've created the shirt and listed it?
yeah, yeah. After you created the shirt, you can change the price. You can change some keywords. You can change your title. You just can't change the shirt itself.
Right, and correct me if I'm wrong. If once you do that, you got to go through the approval process all over again.
Yeah, you got to go through the approval process, but usually it doesn't seem to take as long.
Right.
So
For me, honestly, when I submit a design, they literally get back to me within 4 or 5 hours. Is that the same about time for everyone
yeah,
else?
I think so. That's about, sometimes they're 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes they're really quick, like an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could take, 8 hours or longer, but yeah,
Yeah.
usually it's pretty quick.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Is sometimes it's really quick, and then I feel like the times that it takes forever is when they have probably someone, like a real person, maybe looking into the trademark or the logo or something like that. I've noticed that with certain niches that I'm in, when I use particular phrases, is when they take longer because they have to research all that stuff.
I would also say, uh, even when I began, I had some shirts that were declined, rejected. But just don't be discouraged about that. I mean, just that just more just makes you want to be careful when you're making your shirts, making your designs. Just it just that should causes you to be more careful if you get a rejection. So,
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
and then let's see here. Okay, so we got our niche, we got our title, we got our keywords, we got our price, and I don't know if you know about the colors. When they just added new colors, what about maybe like what, a couple of months ago? Would you
Yeah,
say?
it was like a couple months ago, and I think that opened the door for a lot of cool like female type designs and everything because they did the purple and the pink and all that, and there's a lot of cool things you can do with that.
Um, 2 days ago, I was going through. I think I went through April, from April till now, and I was looking up all my shirts, and I've probably sold from April till now. Probably sold, you know, shirts. So I was looking at them, and my top two colors that were have sold were black and navy. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely. That's another newbie tip from me is maybe when you're first starting out, uh definitely have black and navy in your color selection because for me I sell 99% of the shirts that I sell are black, and I even go as far as just listing black shirts because I hate when I pick like an off color and they use that as the default image, and it just when I bring up that listing, I'm just like, geez, like I don't like that color. I wish they would do black. Uh,
yeah.
so a pro tip on if you want to have a color for sure as your default color, just make one color. It's not really a great advice for people that want to like expand and have the different colors because you never know, someone might want a purple or a pink or something like that. But for me, it's a personal thing that I do.
Yeah, so that's actually a great idea. I might have to try that idea, especially with the design that only works well on
Well,
black.
for me, it
So,
only makes sense because, like I said, 99% of the shirts that I sell are
yeah,
black. So it's just like a no brainer for me.
or maybe just black and navy or something.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
only the only here's a thing that kind of a tip about that also. This happened a while back, and a lot of people were just doing black and navy. What this was probably last year, and what happened was Amazon, our merch, they were selling out of black and navy. And so at one time, people who just had black and navy shirts, only that they didn't pick any other colors. That those shirts were frozen, but the other colors were selling.
That's
But
too
if your
funny.
shirt was only black or navy, man, you're out of luck. You had to wait till they restocked
Yeah,
because that has happened.
that's the first time I've ever heard of them having to restock and stuff. So that's crazy.
Yeah, so it sounds cool and all until maybe something like that happens. But they're growing so much now, so hopefully that will not happen ever
Yeah,
again.
that's
So
cool.
okay, so like after we have our shirt, we're waiting for it to upload. Another thing that you could start doing is if you want to promote it, I would say, because I've done this on a few shirts where I actually have a case study on Merch University, and it's the shirt says I'd rather be playing paintball. Pretty much,
Right.
that's what it says. And what I did, I started a Facebook group just for that paintball shirt,
No way.
and just put the shirt on there. And I went and got some, went to place it and grab some models and put my shirts on some of those models, all in black shirts. Just maybe like 5 different models, and put those all in my Facebook group. Then I also opened an Instagram page just for that shirt, and
Wow.
I listed all those models on there. I listed in the link in the bio description. You can list a link. I just listed the link to my shirt, and so I just did that. Just try it out. And I also actually have a Twitter just for all of my shirts, and so I just tweeted that link out and a picture of one of those models, or So I mean,
That's really
something you
smart,
could
man.
do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hardcore to open up your own group and all that kind of stuff. I think for me, I've done the Facebook ads and stuff like that, and I haven't been doing that lately, but I did notice some sales from that. I can't correlate it directly, but I know that when I was promoting the designs heavily, I was noticing more sales and stuff like that. So that's actually very interesting that you went and made your made your own group, dude. That's hardcore. Tell me this: did you have paint splats on the shirt?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. I was thinking in my head when you said that, I was like, oh man, I hope he had like paint splats on the shirt because that would
Yeah,
be
there's like
tight.
paint splats like all over this guy. Actually a really cool shirt. And I think I started that the beginning of May. And as of today, I've sold over 15 shirts. So
That's that. So it's like that's what's cool about merch is people say it's passive income, which it kind of is a little bit, but you still have to put in the work to get the sales and stuff like that. So you definitely put in some of the work here. We have a question actually. What number are you on, by the way, of the tips?
what do you mean? Oh, what number? Let me see
Yeah.
here. I didn't have them. That was like my 5 tips, but I got one more.
Okay.
But go ahead. Let's do the question
No, no,
first.
no. Yeah, I
You
was
wanna-
gonna go over the questions, but no, go ahead. Let's finish up your tips, and then
Okay.
we'll go to the questions.
Let's. All right. This last one is once your shirt goes live. I didn't know if you knew about it, but Amazon has this giveaway function. What you do is you go to Amazon, you click say you go to your your dashboard, click on your link. Once you go to your link, you pick a color, you pick a size. It's almost like you're buying it. Go to the very bottom of the page, and it says giveaway, Amazon giveaway. So you hit that button. You have to have a Twitter account with this. You hit that button, and then it'll go to this giveaway page, and it only costs the price of the T-shirt. So if your shirt is $15, and whoever gets it eventually, you'll only have to pay that plus shipping. Especially if they have Prime shipping, you won't have to pay any of the shipping. You'll just pay the cost of the shirt. But if they don't, you have to pay the full price of the shirt and the shipping. But anyways, it'll after you fill this little information out about you know this giveaway of your shirt, people will click on it and they'll go to your Twitter page and they can actually link back to your shirt. So the people who don't win it, they could potentially be buying your shirt. And the first time I did it, I got over 1,600 clicks. So
Wow.
I mean, yeah. So and actually sold a couple of shirts. So it
Nice.
was pretty cool.
What I was
So
gonna say was like you can lower the price as low as possible just to get
yeah, you
that.
could.
But then what I'm saying is then it's not good because if you sell a bunch of shirts, you're not gonna get as much profit. So there's definitely
That's true.
like a balancing act there when doing that. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. So you're saying it's through the actual listing page?
Yeah, the actual listing. So if you're on Amazon, if you're on your merch, yeah, just go click on it. I think you have to push the size and pick a color, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and then it says Amazon giveaway, and then you click on that, and then you have to fill out some information. The information is kind of like you can ask people to watch a video to enter. You can ask people um, to subscribe to your Twitter account, or you can ask people to just anything. Look at this hashtag or whatever. It's pretty simple. You have a lot of choices you can do there.
That's cool. That's cool. So I guess we have a couple questions. We did have some viewers. I didn't advertise this. This is the first time. And actually, thanks, Joe. The thing is, you are actually my first guest I've ever had on any
All right.
social
Yes.
YouTube platform. And so I can't wait to go back to this video and look to see what I can do better. But I really appreciate you being here. And we do actually have some chat room peeps here. And I want to say, let me see the questions here. We got Chonta. She says, how much does it cost to start with merch? She's been looking into it. This is actually, it's funny. We look at this question and we laugh, but to be honest, like a lot of us are brand new. We don't know. So what do you say, Joe?
Yeah, I'd say it costs $0 really to get started. If you really, I think it cost me when I first started. It didn't cost me any money. to start. So
Right. So basically, it's a free service. It's separate from your other Amazon account. So if you have an Amazon seller account, it is completely different. It's two separate things. It costs nothing. You have to submit an application, and sometimes it can take 2 weeks. Mine took 2 weeks, Joe. Could you believe it? When I last year, and some people have waited still a year. So it's if you're not an Amazon merch, I highly suggest right after this video, we'll leave a link below, and we'll also leave a link below to all Joe's links, and sign up for merch today, because you never know how long it's going to take. So there is
yeah,
that.
exactly.
And let's look to see if we have any more. Julia made a comment about her giveaway. She did a giveaway for 4th of July and didn't get any sales. Yeah, you know what? It's sometimes it's hit and miss. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you never know about the giveaways. I mean, I've known. I think there was like we did it like a couple of months ago. I got like 10 people to do it, 10 other merch people to do it, and like some of them were getting sales. I think Margaret got like 4 or 5 sales, and a
Yeah.
lot of people got no sales. I mean, I got one or two sales. I mean, so it didn't cover the cost of the T-shirt, but it was. I think it was more worth the try just to try it out. So.
Yeah, Margaret's killing it, man. Like I said, she was the very first person that I ever saw videos of when I was doing merch. Before I was even in the community and making videos myself, she was one of the very first merch videos that I saw, and that's how I got familiar and aware of Margaret. And it's kind of crazy to think like a newbie like me who had no experience or anything was able to create videos and become part of the community, and now I'm on your guys' show, and I really appreciate that. I think like what's cool about me being on your guys' show is I bring like a newbie perspective to you guys that have been doing this forever, and like I even have questions all the time, and so it's nice to have that balance of like you guys who have been doing this for a while, me who's like still green, and so it's amazing. Joe, do you have any last thoughts or anything before we go?
I would say just always be looking for designs, always be looking for ideas, and just writing them down. Heck, creating a book, or I actually put them in my phone, so I always have them with me, and so I actually can make designs on my phone. Let me give that tip out real
Sure.
quick. Uh, if you have an iPhone, you can get this app called the Over app, and it allows you to put the merch size dimensions in there, which is 4,500 by 5,400, and you can make some text design based on there. And then what you have to do, then you go to Merch by Amazon just on your Safari, and you can upload the design. You can put your title, keywords, and you can put your colors in there. But when you get to the end of that, you have to put it in draft mode, and then and if you want to go the next step to upload it from your phone, you have to download another app, which is called the Puffin App.
Right.
Puffin, the bird, Puffin App. And then from there, once you sign it, because it's just a browser app, because Safari for some reason will not let you push that sell button on there. So you have to download this other app, which is fine. It's fine if you're out sitting out somewhere in the airport or wherever.
Right. And I think we should probably do a whole other show. I hope I didn't lose Joe. Joe, are you hear me? I think we lost
all the way through. Push all save again. Go back to the last page, and then push sell, and then you can, your shirts will go live right then.
Right.
So,
and I think that's something for another show for sure. That's a little advanced. You lost me a little bit in there. So
sorry.
We actually have one last. No problem. We have that's actually a good tip too. We have one more thing. It says Calvin Hart wants to know how many shirts have you sold total throughout your time on merch, Joe?
Let's see here. I probably have. I don't have the exact amount right now.
Sure.
But I have probably sold 550 shirts. I would say.
Wow.
That's a good estimate.
That's crazy. I think for me, Calvin, I haven't looked, but I think I've sold in the neighborhood somewhere between 50 and 75. Like I said, I just started in March, and merch is all about how far you're willing to push it. Joe was willing to start up his own Facebook group to promote one shirt. That is hardcore. So like, I definitely give it to him. Yeah. Well, Joe, thank you for coming on and being a guinea pig. As I royally screwed up the chat thing earlier in the video, so I can't wait to go back.
one more not tip, I would say maybe just something I've learned through doing this
Yeah.
whole time is that when you first start, you're all anxious. I mean, like since I started merch, I've probably only missed like ever not uploaded a shirt probably or been a part of merch or even looked at merch maybe just like a week and like this whole year, I've been so excited about merch. I'm still excited about merch, but I'm just saying that it's don't be so anxious to, oh, I'm going to grow really fast and I'm going to get here really fast. I mean, it's a business and it's slow, it's steady. And so you just got to take your time with it and, think long-term. Don't think, quick money,
That's I would even think that's probably the best tip of today is to kind of
Yeah.
don't overthink merch.
Yep.
Pretty much, take your time. Don't stress out if you're not having sales and stuff like that. Like you said, it's a slow and steady wins the race. Come out with some designs. If they don't work, pull them, reload some more designs. And just because exactly, Joe, like you hit it right on the freaking nail. You want to treat this as a hobby and you want it to be fun, and then the fun leads into the money. You
Yeah.
shouldn't jump into merch thinking like I'm gonna make $5,000 a month, doing
Yeah.
merch. You want to go and like be like, I want to try this. I want to make some shirts that, of stuff I like, and go in it like that, because when you start going in it for straight up money, it's never going to end well. You're going to get burnt out.
There's this one person I got to know recently, and she was telling me when she was at the 25 tier that she sold 600 shirts.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, just because you're at the 10 tier, you get one of those shirts and they start selling. I mean, you can make some money at the 10 tier. Just don't think that just because you're at the 10 tier that really you just need one shirt and it can sell. I actually have so I told you guys I've sold 550 shirts. One shirt I've sold 130 of.
Wow.
Yeah. So out of those 550, one shirt is 130 sales.
That's amazing, man. All right, Joe. Well, thank you for showing up, and thank you for kind of being a guinea pig. Like I said, I really appreciate it. And if you guys like this video, please click the link, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm gonna leave links to all of Joe's stuff below. Definitely, Joe. You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yep, it's Merch University, and I'm actually doing a dual recording for you with you. So
Oh, nice. Well, now you can see how much I screwed up the chat earlier.
it's gonna be
Anyways,
on Merch University and your channel. What's your channel again, so people will know?
it's a thrift shop hustler.
Okay.
And
Yep.
so yeah, we did a simulcast, so like we'll see how that worked out,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
you guys, thanks a lot for showing up, and if you have any questions, also leave them below, and hopefully Joe and I will be able to answer your questions. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you soon.